workshop in Pekan Tapah regarding to types of consideration. Hi Miss, welcome. What are you looking for? I get this and this. Okay, two.
Okay, is that
How much?
5 ringgit.
Ringgit boleh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Can I interview both of you?
Yeah, of course, okay. But for what?
My assignment.
Okay, sure, okay.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Nur Azira.
Are you the owner of this business?
Oh no, I'm the workers and I will be paid. I am 900 per month.
You?
I am Nisa.
I am the owner sister. Your sister. I came here to help her, but she promised me to pay me later on. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So we can see that when I bought this food, it is executory consideration. For Azira, it is executive consideration, and for Nisa is past consideration. Okay. Before this, we have looked into types of consideration. Now we will look into Shasha's case to know more about exception in consideration. Sister.
Yes?
I don't think that I will get straight A in my SPM.
Don't worry, I think you will get straight A's in SPM. If you get straight A's, I will buy you new iPhone.
Really? Don't forget
Okay.
Hey Azira, isn't it your birthday next week?
Oh yeah, my birthday. Oh my god, how come I forgot my own birthday? So what would you like to buy for me?
I think I will buy you a new iPhone.
Really? Oh my god, thank you.
Welcome.
So funny.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Sister.
Oh yeah?
I got straight A for my SPM.
Oh my god, that's so great. Okay, let's go celebrate.
Wait,
Yeah?
are you forgot that you promised me to buy iPhone when I get straight A?
iPhone? Oh my god, I already gave it to Azia.
How could you forget your own sister?
Oh my god.
Okay, hello and hi. Now we will talk about Amira's matter, where she is having problem with her sister and bad debt.
Yes, come in. How are you?
Fine, what about you?
How is your work? I'm good. There's quite a lot case I have to handle, but I still can handle it.
Oh, yeah, I know you can.
Thank you.
Actually, I come here to I need an advice from you.
Sure.
I saw my car to my friend last 6 years. She agreed to pay me by installment, but she only paid me for the first 4 years, and then I didn't get anything from her. So, as a lawyer, can you advise me some?
Oh, so it has been 6 years, right?
Yes.
6 years. I'm sorry, but according to Limitation Act, actually for an agreement that has been 6 years is considered as expired already.
Expired? Oh, yeah.
So sorry, but you didn't have any claim. You didn't have any right to claim your money back. Except if she had give you a new agreement signed, that maybe a letter she signed that she said that she want to pay you another year or something.
He didn't give me any letter.
Oh, so you rights to claim it.
So if I still want my money, I need to settle down with her personally.
Yeah, you need to settle with her personally. Because if you brought this case to the court, you didn't have any rights.
One more thing, my sister
Yeah.
refused to pay anything for me, although my mom had already gave her a land, stipulating she must pay anything for me, but she refused. Yeah. So what should I do?
Oh, actually, according to the law, you have the right to sue her because that agreement is considered as valid because your mom already gave you the land. So the land is gave her the land. So it's already the land itself is already considered as consideration. So the agreement between you guys are valid. So you can you want to sue her or
I beg and I'll think about it.
okay.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, last time we have talked about the exception in consideration according to Amira's and Shasha's case. Now, let's look more into it according to section 64, waiver of performance.
Guys, I don't understand about section 64 waiver of performance. Can you explain for me?
Waiver of performance.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, for the number one, payment of smaller sum in discharge. Okay, it means by, for example, you borrow from me 200 ringgit, and then you can afford to pay me the 200 ringgit, and then I said, okay, it's okay. You can pay me this 100 ringgit. So it means by smaller sum. Understand?
Yes.
Then number two, payment by a third party. Okay, for example, you take a loan from PTN, and after that, after you have graduated, you work with a company. Then the company found that your working performance is good, and they said that they wanted to pay the PTN for you because of the performance of your work, kan?
Okay, I see. Then how about Shiraman Foreman?
Enrollment.
Waiver of performance.
Oh.
Let me check with my notes.
Okay.
Where is it? Oh, here. Okay. Three Roman. Amount owing is uncertain. It means that if you borrowed money from me and both of us don't remember the amount, then we set up a new amount of, then you just pay
The new amount.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, for Roman, a composition with creditors for the payment of a smaller amount. Oh, this is
Oh, it's
from
about
our company that had bankrupt.
Ah.
Yes. Yeah, if the company bankrupt and the bank want to avoid from they suffer any losses, then they will let the company to pay in a smaller amount.
and in any amount that they can afford to pay. So the bank just accept whatever any amount they can pay them. So just like that.
Okay.
So that the bank did not suffer any loss.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Okay, hello, hi. Now it's my turn to tell about adequacy of consideration.
Hey, Mira, have you seen Shasha?
No? Why?
Oh, there is Shasha's there.
Oh, Shasha, where have you been?
Hi.
Oh, I just come back from trying my phone at Lungan Tampar.
How much did you get?
Oh, I got 200.
What phone?
Oppo.
Are you serious? 200 ringgit?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, 200
is it
ringgit.
I think you can get more than 200 ringgit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought 200 ringgit is already enough.
No, it's not fair. You can get more than 200 ringgit actually.
Who
set the amount?
really? Oh,
You or the?
Oh, it's me that said 200.
Oh my god, so pity. You shouldn't.
You
Let yourself.
can get
more than
Oh my
200.
god. Oh, I thought 200 is already enough. I'm so okay. I need to go back to.
But
that.
I don't think that you can
I-
get more than that because you had so that. Set the money. No, set the
So
amount.
I can't do anything about it.
No, you can't. Sorry,
Oh.
you can't.
Oh my god. Okay, before we end our review, let's look into one more case regarding to intention to legal relationship. Last but not least, thank you from us.
Hey, Azira.
Stop!
Where do you want to go?
I went to meet my lawyer.
What happened actually?
Oh, you see this. I'm having a problem with this supplier. They have stopped supplying me the goods, and you see, before this they had promised to supply me the goods, and now they have stopped supplying the goods, and now I can't run the business.
Seriously, it's okay. You can go and meet your lawyer and discuss. And I think you can win this case and you can get your right back.
That's why I want to meet the lawyer as soon as possible.
Okay, good luck. Bye, Azira. Good luck.
Okay, bye-bye.
Consideration is a must in contract. If no consideration, the contract will be void. Consideration is the second element in the law of contract. There are three types of consideration. The first one is executory consideration. This is a normal consideration whereby a promise is made in a return of promise. We can refer to scene 1 for Amira. She buy the goods and at the same time she pay for the goods. The second one is executed consideration. These are the type of consideration whereby the promise is made in return for the performance of an act. That is a promise to be paid, but after the person had performed first. For example, in scene 1, Azira is an employee. She need to finish her work and get paid by her employer at the end of the month. The third one is past consideration. It is situation whereby the parties perform an act, but there is no promise to be paid. The promise come after the performance had been done. As we can see in Kepong, Mr. Smith helped to obtaining the permit and assist the formation of the company. Later on, when the company established, they promised to pay 1% of the profit to Mr. Smith. But later on, they refused to pay him. For example, we can see Nisa. Nisa helped her sister in her business, but later on, her sister promised to pay for her help.
Okay, for consideration, there are exceptions. In exception in consideration, there are three sections we refer to: section 26, section 2D, and section 64. For sections 26, there are three elements in it. For the first one is an agreement made an account of natural love and affection between parties standing in near relationship to each other and registered. This we can refer on Tan So Sing case, where she wants to give her wet to her children, but then her children is adopted.
So her children, which is adopted, did not manage to get her wealth because her relationship with Tan So Sin is not based on natural love and affection. For example, we can look in scene 2 where Shasha's promised to her friend and sister to give them iPhone, but then she already gave it to her friends when her sister asked for it, when they made a promise that Shasha will give her iPhone to her sister if she managed to get straight A's in SPM. In this situation, Shasha's sister can get back her iPhone because her relationship with Shasha is based on natural love and affection.
26B, it is divided into two parts. The first one is an agreement is made without consideration to compensate for a past voluntary act. This is same like past consideration. For the second part is an agreement to compensate a person who did an act which the promiser was legally compellable to do. We can refer to Nisa, where her sister is compellable to run the business, but her sister did it for her.
Okay, for the third element in section 26, it said that an agreement to pay a statute-bearer debt and sign. We can refer this to scene 3, where Amira meet her friend, which is a lawyer, to get an advice from her about her problem about bearer debt, where she sold her car to her friend, but she didn't get the payment for the last 2 years. For this case, Amira cannot get didn't have any rights to get her money back because it has been more than 6 years. This is because there is a limitation act whereby any debts after 6 years is considered as expired, as there is a new agreement made by the contractee which is signed and it was made during the 6 years. In conclusion, if Amira wants to get her money back, she needs to settle it personally.
For section 2D, it said that consideration need not move from promising. We can refer Venkata Chinaya case where a sister agreed to pay an annuity to her brother who provides no consideration for the promise, but her brother win the case because their mother already provide his sister a house which is considered as consideration. This shows that consideration can come from other parties. For example, in scene 3, where Amira told her problem, where her sister promised to give her annuity to her, but later on refused to give it. But this is same like Venkata Chinaya case, where their mother already gave her sister the house, which is already considered as consideration. For this, Amira can win the case because her mother already provide the consideration for her, which is the house that is already considered as consideration.
Section 64, waiver of performance, consists of 4 elements. Firstly, payment of smaller sum, discharge of large sum. Secondly, payment by third party in discharge of a debt. Thirdly, amount owing is uncertain and a person accept and agree the sum of money with satisfaction. And the fourth, a composition with creditor for the payment of a smaller sum. In the fourth element, we can relate to case Kerpasing versus Baram Singh. Baram Singh borrowed money from Kerpasing amounted to 8,000. Then, son of Baram Singh sent a letter with money consists of 4,000 with a check to Kerpasing as settlement for his father's debt. But Kerpasing want to claim the remaining balance from Baram Singh. Kerpasing brought this case into the court, and the court held state that Kerpasing cannot claim the remaining balance of 4,000 from Baram Singh, since Kerpasing had accept and agreed to accept the check of 4,000 from Baram Singh. For example, in scene 4, a group of students had a discussion about section 64, waiver of performance.
Adequacy of consideration. Adequacy of consideration means by consideration does not need adequate as long as it is freely given. According to the case Panswiki had bought a land amounted 500 ringgit and the land actually was under market value and both of them had agreed on that price. This case similar to Shasha's matter where Shasha had sold her handphone amounted to 200 ringgit and Shasha is supposedly to get more than 200 ringgit. Intention to create legal relation. Under intention to create legal relation had two presumptions. First one is business agreement and the second one is social, domestic or family agreement. Under business agreement, all business agreement is to be presumed to be bounded by the law unless it is stated that they do not want to be bounded by the law. For example, in the case of Rose versus Crompton, they both had promised to not be bounded by the law in writing. And the second one is social, domestic or family agreement. Under this agreement, any agreement is to be presumed not to be bounded by the law, but it depends on condition. For example, in the case of married versus married, a husband had promised to transfer the house to his wife and they did in writing, and the agreement is valid because they have separated.